Is that better?
Green light?
Yep. Can you hear me now? As we have technical difficulties on our Facebook Live. We good? Can people hear me now?
Everyone's still saying need sound, so I don't know if they're a little behind or not.
Is volume all the way up on the phone?
Has not been touched. Oh,
Sound
yes.
sounding better? Okay. So, let's try this over again. Good evening, everybody. This is Cheryl with Colchester Mill Fabrics and Quilting. We're here tonight with my educators to talk about classes we're going to be offering from July into the middle of December. I'll be introducing Karen to start, and then we'll go through our list of educators. They'll introduce themselves and give you an overview of what they're going to be teaching. You can sign up for all the classes that you hear about tonight on our website, www.colchestermillfabricsandquilting.com. Stay through the end of the video and listen for a special code word. Use that code online for 20% off your entire purchase. That code is going to be good from tonight until July 4th at 11:59 p.m. Speaking of July 4th, we are going to be closed on July 4th, but we will be open this weekend, our regular shop hours from 10 until 5. And I think that's all that I need to talk about at the moment. I'm going to turn the mic over to Karen, and Karen's going to give you an overview of what she does here in the shop besides get into trouble. Karen?
Okay, she's right about the trouble. Okay, so I do the long arming here at the mill, and all these ladies behind me are, well, you can see, fun, because they like to do naughty things behind me. But I ignore them because I'm above all that. But anyway, so when we talk about the long arming though, I'm not here 5 days a week. I'm here usually about 3 days a week. And I usually try to do a couple of weekend days a month, so people that can't come in during the week do have that option. So what we have is the gammo, and we have a Statler stitcher, and this is all done by computer. We do edge to edge at 2.5 cents an inch, but we also do custom work. So if that's what you desire, you can come in and make an appointment. If you call the store and I'm not in, you just leave a message, and the next day or the next time that I am here, I'll give you a call back, and we'll make an appointment. You can come in. We can pick out a pattern that you want to choose to put on your quilt, and we have like over 8,000 patterns. And if you can't find one in that, sometimes we can look up some other patterns as well. But generally, people can find it out of there. We also have several different types of thread that you can choose from also to put on your quilt. And then right now we're running about 4 to 6 weeks in terms of turnaround, but we also have situations where if you need it sooner, we could talk about it. We also have a lot of different options that we can work on. So we do have a minimum. We have a $50 minimum. So if you have a small one, that's what we would do. But those are your choices, and we'd love to have you come in and have a quilt long armed, and leave your name and number, and we'll get back to you, or just make the appointment. Alrighty, but right now I'm going to hand this back over to Cheryl, because she's going to bring you to our next venue, which will again be me, and I'll be teaching, talking about the next class I'm teaching.
Thank you, Karen. All right, Karen's going to make her way over to the wool applique area, and we'll catch up with her in just a moment. And yep, somebody's calling and we can't answer the call at the moment. All right, I'm going to take you on a quick walkthrough of our classroom. For those of you that have not taken a class with us or haven't been in the shop in a while, we've expanded our classroom. We have 6-foot tables for each person. Typically, our educators will teach for 12 people. We have open sews that we run 3 times a month. Our open sews, we can hold 15 people. We have 3 ironing stations. Persistent person on the phone. 3 ironing stations, 3 cutting stations. We also have a large design wall. And for smaller projects, we also have design boards that we can bring out from the back room so you can have your own individual design board. We also have a coffee nook where there's coffees, teas, hot cocoa, and from time to time we have some snacks there as well. So you're welcome to enjoy that during classes or open sew. Joe's scanning around for you to take a look at our inventory of wide backs. And I'm going to make my way over to see Karen in our wool applique area. And Joe will catch up with me in just a couple of moments.
Okay, backing up again. Alrighty. So what I was talking about was the fact that we have a lot of different Baldani thread. We also have a lot of different. What we're working on right now is this is called Wildlife, and this is a block of the month, and we're about in the 4th month right now. And here's some that are already completed that we've worked on. And if you're new to this and you don't know stitches and you're kind of worried about it, but you love it and you want to learn, that's what I'm there for, is to teach you all the different stitches to do for the wool class. And it's a lot of fun. Sometimes we can have quite a few ladies, sometimes we only have a few ladies. It depends upon the month, but everybody keeps up doing it once a month, and we all do it in our free time. And so these are some of the past samples that we've done across the front, and it's just a fun time. So if you like to just come and sit with a group of ladies and work on some wool projects, you know, this might be the class for you to do. Okay, I'm going to talk about the second thing that I do, and that is the collage class. Collage class is going to start Tuesdays. It'll be Tuesdays, August 2nd and 16th. And this is a very creative class. There's patterns. I'll show you a few of the samples of patterns. This was the one that was the pin cushion. We have a spool of thread, camper, pheasant, different sunflowers. There's a lot of different fabrics, different patterns that you can choose from, and you just come into the store and you can see what choices you have. Everybody brings from their scrap, and everybody brings them in and we all share, because there might be even so that's what I thought I was doing, but apparently not. So just take and, that's a class that you can, certainly try to work towards. So, all right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is Beginner Quilt 1, okay? This is Beginner Quilt 1. In Beginner Quilt 1, we also use this book, and this is a good book for a reference book, okay? There's a lot of, it gives you a lot. If you're a visual learner, this helps out a lot because you can know exactly what I've taught. There'll be a picture on each step that we do. What we learn is we learn how to, the terminologies of quilting, like nesting and, 1/4 inch and how to use your 1/4 inch foot, using a walking foot. We also teach how to bind the quilt. So we make the quilt top together, and then we layer it, do a little bit of light quilting, and then get it all bound. So then you get all the basics when you want to learn how to quilt. And then once you've completed Quilters 1, you're ready to go on to Quilters 2. And unfortunately, it won't be with me. I don't do Quilters 2. Quilters 2 and Quilters 3 are off with Cheryl. And that would be Cheryl Kirk, not Cheryl Dolph.
All right. Thank you, Karen, for talking about who you are, what you do. Next up, we are going to talk to Cheryl Kirk. Yes, there are two Cheryls here, and it can be confusing.
Make sure the green light isn't on.
It is.
It is. Hi, I'm Cheryl Kirk, and I teach Beginners 2. If any of you see Cheryl listed as a teacher for one of the classes, please know it ain't her. She doesn't teach.
No,
So-
you don't want me teaching.
So it would be me. I'll be teaching Quilters 2, and our first quilt is Step Right Up. So in this class, we're going to be learning how to do strip piecing. We're going to be learning how to do partial seams, how to square your blocks, talk a little bit about quilting, and binding your quilt. This class is it's a 2-part class, held July 31st and August 21st. And then after that one's done, we move on to Quilters 2. Or Quilters 3, sorry. Quilters 3, we use this book called Did Someone Say Cake? So we're using all the pre-cuts. This one uses a layer cake. We're going to learn how to do snowballs, 9-patch, how to piece these together, how to match up our seams when we're putting together sashing. And this class is October 12th and October 26th. This is just a small sample. The quilt is actually larger. Okay. This is the propensity table runner, and it uses the kitty corner ruler. We're going to learn how to use this ruler to make all these little triangles in here, which look really hard, but this ruler makes it so easy. The class is held July 25th, and it's a one-day class, so we'll be learning how to make all those triangles. We'll talk about the sashing and quilting and binding. Nope, next we have the bag.
Which one?
This one. So it's that time of year.
Can I clip this to you?
If you'd like to.
So you can,
You can clip it to me if you'd like.
okay.
Be nice to me.
I will.
Everybody needs a good beach bag, and this one is our mesh tote. So you'll learn how to sew with mesh. You'll learn how to finish your seams. There's pockets on the outside. Oh, actually, there's not pockets. We can show you how to make pockets on the outside, put pockets on the inside. This class is held Wednesday, the 27th of July, and everybody needs a great beach bag. This is our crossbody bag from Noodlehead. It has patch pockets on the outside, zippered pockets on the outside, handles as well as the crossbody strap, and inside we have pockets as well, because you can never have too many pockets in your bag. This is also a two-part class. This is August 17th and August 31st. This is a great bag to put together and a lot of fun to make. So those of you who know me know that I am a huge Tula Pink fan. My husband calls me a lot of things that aren't nice about my Tula obsession, but I do love Tula. This quilt is the Tula Pink Interwoven, and it's made with her unicorn poop and dragon's breath solids. So you'll learn how to do all this piecing, how to match up all your seams. There are only 4 different blocks in this quilt. So it's really not as hard as it looks, just a lot of fun to make. And this class is the 8th of August and the 11th of September. It's a 2-part class. This is Just Dandy, and we made a pillow out of it. It's actually a quilt. Just Dandy is a paper piecing pattern that you can get free on Free Spirit Fabrics. It's done in Tula Pink's Tiny Beasts, Tiny Dots, and Tiny Stripes. We did it in another fabric just to show you what you could do with it, but the quilt sample will be done in the Tula fabrics. So this paper piecing class is an intermediate class. We're going to be paper piecing several sections and then piecing those sections together on the curve. But it's a lot of fun to make. This class is a 3-part class because there's a lot of paper piecing to do. It's October 27th, November 10th, and December 1st. This is our block of the month. This is a great beginner block of the month. Color play?
Color dance.
Color dance. So you'll learn how to do pinwheels and flying geese and all kinds of things. This is just a fun, bright quilt to make. And you'll learn lots of different techniques in this one. This starts in October, and I'm not sure how many months. Is it 10? 6 months? This is a 6-month class. Okay. For those of you who enjoy English paper piecing, we're going to be doing Tula Bloomers starting in August. This is one of the blocks. I've made a couple of them to get you interested in the class. You can work on any project that you want in the class, but we will be Some of us will be doing the Tulip Bloomers, so if you want to join us doing that or work on your own project, you're welcome to join us. And this club meets the first Wednesday of the month. Okay. We also have open sews the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. You're welcome to come and join us. You can bring any project you want to work on, and I'm here to answer any questions you have. We have a lot of fun. It's kind of a rowdy group, but it's a nice group of ladies. We also have Kids Camp coming in July 11th through the 15th. They'll be working on this travel neck pillow, a little backpack, and they'll be working on a charity project as well. 9 to 15 is the age for this camp. So that'll be a lot of fun. This is our second year doing the kids camp, and we're really looking forward to it. And I think that's it. Now we're going to be talking to Laura.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm going to hold this because I know I'm going to screw it up.
While transitioning to Laura, we're going to show you some of the new fabric collections and give you just a little preview of what we have going on in this part of the store right now. Joe's focusing on the brand new Nantucket Summer group from Moda. And behind us on the wall is Star Systems. It's an Elizabeth Hartman quilt. We have patterns and kits available. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. Can I not hear? No. Oh, shoot. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll take the mic.
here, I just grab.
It's a good thing that we're not going for an Oscar or an Emmy, whatever it is, for movies, because we would not get nominated. But you know what? We're just going to keep on keeping on, and hopefully we don't lose everybody. So, back to what I was saying. Star Systems by Elizabeth Hartman. Gorgeous quilts that we have on loan right now. Star Systems we have either as a pattern or as a quilt. And Joe's going to show you some of the fabrics that we have in this area. We have Moda Summer Breeze. We carry lots of gifty items here in the shop. We have mugs and notepads and calendars, a little something for everyone. If you haven't been in a while, we have a lot of inventory. Joe's going to be coming up on the Love Lily group from Moda. So bright and fresh. Fat quarters, yardage. And this year we started also a Moda bake shop. As you know, Moda has jelly rolls, layer cakes, mini charms, and charms. And we're bringing in quite a bit of inventory. And I think transition is done, and I am going to turn the mic back over to Laura, and Joe will be bringing the camera on over. Here you go, Laura.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Let's get you hooked up
All
here.
set there.
Okay, I think we're good to go. You're green.
All right, good. Welcome everybody. So I will continue with some classes and projects and programs that are going to be offered for the next few months. I also do an open sew along with Cheryl Kirk, And I do the open sew, that is the third Thursday of every month. It's a great format to come in, work on any project, either a machine or hand project. I give assistance as needed, and it's a great way to finish up all those UFOs and make some new friends along the way. You'd be amazed at how much you're going to get accomplished during one of the open sew sessions. We also started a new program called the Skill Builders, and it's a 3-part series. The first class, which we just offered and is going to be offered again on September 8th, is a class where we work on cutting, piecing, and pressing for today's quilters. So whether you are brand new to quilting or you're a very experienced quilter, we talk about some of the proper body mechanics, techniques for cutting, how to read our rulers, including finding that 1/8 of an inch seam, 1/4 inch seams on our sewing machine. And we also look at some of the new sewing aids that are really, really helpful. All the skills that you learn in class, you can apply to any of your quilting projects. And one of the things we do to kind of wrap up what we cover in that class is we do a simple table runner that incorporates all the measuring, cutting, even borders on here too, and it's a great lead-in into the next skill building class. The next skill building class is on basic machine quilting with a walking foot. And that date is scheduled in August. Actually, I'm sorry, I back up a little bit. It's scheduled on July 20th, and it is an all-day class. It's a class to learn how to use your walking foot and finish your smaller quilts. I encourage students to bring in a small project, a wall hanging, table runner if you've taken your piecing class, even a crib quilt, and we work on straight lines and even some gentle curves. And this was a tote bag. We don't make it in class, but we do learn how to do some gentle curves with the walking foot. So again, skills that you learn in class, you can apply to all of your projects there. Thank you, Cheryl. And the last class in our skill building series is on binding your quilts. We learn how to measure, calculate yardage. So in case you calculate or you make your quilts larger, now you need to know how much extra binding. So we learn how to prep our quilt and get it ready for binding, how to get our ends sewn together. And I encourage people for the class, what people will do is bring in a small project. Table runner is ideal. You also get a chance to learn how to use the folded clipper ruler, and it's a great tool for helping your binding there too. Thank you. So after those classes in there too, we've got some other projects in here, taking all those new skills that you've learned and putting them together. Night Sky, we've got a sample made back here. The Night Sky was offered in 2 different classes. One class has started, but we have another class coming up that's on Sunday for those that are working during the week, July 17th and August 14th. So with Night Sky, the Sidekick ruler, which was designed by Jaybird Designs, and it's a great ruler that works also as a template. So in class, you will learn how to take strips, just strips, cut out your assorted shapes that you need, and assemble them into a block. It is easier than it looks. Once those blocks are laid out on your design board, they are sewn together into a half hexagon shape. Angles sometimes can be scary, but with the use of the ruler, it really eliminates that need for Y seams and fussy cutting in there. So it's a great 2 class. The pattern is offered in a choice of sizes, so people can make anything from a crib size all the way up to a king size, and it gives you the yardage that you need for your project. All right, I'm going to just hand that to you. Thank you. Our next class in our series here, or offered during the summer, I should say, is our Hunter Star. So our Hunter Star is a very traditional pattern, and it is a very traditional pattern that you can use contemporary fabrics, batik fabrics, really any category, genre of fabrics to use on your hunter star. There is a ruler that is used for it, and I'll hold it up against the quilt here there too. It's a very ingenious ruler. So even though you see lots of diamond shapes, lots of points, you don't have to cut all those shapes out. It actually is stripped piece. And this is a one-day class where we will learn how to take strips and squares and using the ruler, sew and cut into blocks. And you get that ta-da moment. Once you get these blocks made up and they're assembled together, I just want to put 4 blocks together to kind of show you how it all looks. Like there. It's a great pattern in class. What we're going to do is just work with 2 different colors, something light, something dark. But once you learn how to make the blocks, there are endless possibilities of fabric and color combinations that you can do. And one more project we have to show you that does involve some angles, and this is the Alaska quilt. The Alaska quilt, you know, when we were talking to Cheryl about a class and doing on this, an Alaska quilt to me was the kind of quilt quilters should have at least one of a quilt like this in their repertoire of quilts that they've made. And I asked her to remind me I said that too, didn't I? Yes. So it is lots of 45-degree angles, but if you look at it, there are only 3 different blocks. By using a combination or different combinations of colors, it gives you so many more possibilities in there too. This one is made in rainbow colors. There is another pattern that is available that shows it made in blues, and it's just as striking. So the designer does have more than one pattern that she has published. The sewing directions are the same, it's just different colorways. This is the ruler that we use in class, and the ruler, again, one of these ingenious rulers, you cut all of your shapes from strips. So there's no fussy cutting, no Y seams, it's all done from strips. And that class, actually that class is going to be part of a 7-month series. I believe starting in September, and it's on a Saturday. So again, for people who work during the week and prefer classes on a weekend. In class each month we will work on 2 different blocks. We will meet for 7 months on our journey through Alaska. All right, and I've got a couple more things to show you here too. Hot off the press is the Nantucket mini charm bag. And this is made in a collection from Moda that Joe just showed you, the Nantucket collection. Gorgeous little bag. So with this bag, we have this scheduled for, again, hot off the press on Thursday, August 11th. It's an all-day class. It can be made in mini charms. There's a couple of variations for the fabrics that you use. In class, we will learn how to do a zipper, which isn't as scary as it sounds. But great bags, and these are great for gifts too. You could fill these with items and give to somebody as a toiletries. If you're making it for me, I'd love chocolate in mine, but they're great little gifts that you can make for people or yourself, of course, too. And the last program I wanted to talk to you and share with you is our Stitch with Love Community Sew Club. We meet twice a month, and we meet on the first and third Monday of the month, and we make items for organizations in the community. These are all items that are donated. I've got a couple of samples here. We recently completed 15 quilts that were donated to DCF, and they were given to families. They had a pilot program, which is an overnight camp program, and every family received a family quilt. That was one of the projects, and that is continuing. Cheryl is holding the Love Bug pillow, and the Love Bug pillow, also through DCF, is given to children sometimes who need to be placed in the middle of the night. families receiving counseling services. So it's a source of comfort. It's a great little, and I just happen to have a book here, a reading pillow. So a young child, if you're trying to foster reading, it's a great project for that. You know, and just to spend quality time together, reading and just offering comfort there. And you can make them in really any combinations of colors here that you want. Another project that we worked on in our Stitch with Love Club were placemats, and this is ongoing there too. Lots of placemats that will be donated into the community. We just completed another project called Totes and Hearts, and it's part of an outpatient mastectomy program through St. Francis Hospital, where women receiving services carry a tote with a stuffed heart. And we just completed 45 that are being donated to St. Francis Hospital there too. So lots of things going on with Community Sew, and I just want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart, from those who do contribute. And oh, I almost forgot our sewing machine cover. Last class will be, that I will be teaching through the summer, and this is a Quilt As You Go project. It is an all-day class, and dust, it may protect our furniture, but it's not a friend to our sewing machine. So this will keep your sewing machine nice and clean. There's a caddy that's made with pockets in there too. And the trick with this is you use a batting that has printing done on it. So it literally is a Quilt As You Go project. So when you're done, you are done. And I believe Cheryl does have a kit there, can show you what that panel looks like, the batting. Whoever thought of this was a genius. So this is an example of what it looks like, numbered, and you just sew in numerical order. Very good. Next, I would love to introduce Pat Cosgrove, and Pat is going to talk to you about her specialty. All right. Oh, yes, thank you, thank you.
Yep. It is. Okay. I'm going to clip you, and while we're transitioning, we're going to plug Joe in. Oh, I can't plug him in because of the sound. Okay, we're going to take the microphone off, and ladies, use your big girl voices, because we have to turn the phone, we have to plug.
All right, I'm Pat Cosgrove, and I teach free motion quilting. Now this is a technique class. It's a one-day class from 10:30 to 3. And what happens is you learn how to do free motion quilting to finish some of these smaller projects that you will be doing around here. So what we do is we start out learning just how to stipple, just the basics of free motion quilting. And from there, we practice and explore all kinds of ways of doing different patterns. And when you leave, my hope is that you'll be very enthusiastic, as I am, but also that you'll be able to look at a pattern online, and you'll be able to practice it and then put it on your quilt. So it should be a lot of fun. What do you need to do this class? You need a sewing machine, and you need to know how to drop your feed dogs. You need gloves, and they are sold here. You also need to make some practice squares, and the directions for these are on the online. When you sign up for the class and you get the class list, it's going to tell you to make about 4 to 6 of these. Some people will just cram all the practicing in one, and the rest of us like to practice all over the place. So I think you'll probably know what type of person you are. Also, if you have an extension table, not everyone has this, but these are very useful also for the practice. Now I have 4 classes scheduled. There's a Thursday in August, August 4th, a Saturday in August, August 6th, then Thursday, October 13th, and Saturday, October 15th. And I'd be happy to have you join me at any time here. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat. Oh, no,
Oh,
I
we
took
don't
it
have
off. That's right, we took it off. And now we have Andrea.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrea Seeley, and I have been sewing for over 30 years or so now. And I will be teaching the Pink Sand Beach Riviera bag. I'll be showing you different techniques that I've learned through the years of making a professionally finished bag. In this class, you'll learn how to face your straps so they have good weight, how to make the bottom of the bag pretty stable so it can hold all your stuff. You'll be learning how to put in zippers. This is the inside. The inside of your bag is going to be finished. It has lots of pockets. We will be learning the birthing method of making your bag. It will be 2 sessions. July 16th is the first session. We'll be cutting and interfacing the bag, and then in the second session on the 30th, we will be putting the bag all together. We should have it all done in 2 sessions. Hope you come and join us. Thank you.
All right, Terry. All right. Here, let me hold those other things for you.
Hi, I'm Carrie Cook, and I will be teaching landscape quilting on 2 different days in July. You take your favorite landscape, or it doesn't have to be sunsets or landscape, it could be geometric or anything else for your pets or whatever, and we'll turn it into a little mini wall hanging for you. We'll teach you how to do it. We are going to have one on the 23rd of July at 10:30 to 4. It's an all-day class, and that's a Saturday. And for the weekdays, we're going to have one on the 29th. So I hope you come and join us. It is pretty easy. You bring every scrap you possibly have, because they all go together differently. And they all, when you put some together, they look one way. When you put them together a different way, they look different. So this is my original picture, and this is my interpretation of it. There are a few tricks you can use to, even if your fabric's bright, there are some tricks you can use to fade it in the background so certain things pop forward. So I do hope you come and join us. It's on the website. Thank you. And then in November, we are going to take this jacket, Tamarack jacket pattern from Grain Line Studios. And we're going to teach you how to make a quilted jacket. So I have only done part of it as a teaser, so that you can, there's multiple things you can do with this. This is a sleeve, and you can use your fancy stitches or whatever. And when you sign up for the class, do not cut your size out. We are going to fit this to you. We'll make it something you like. We can do many, many adjustments. The other thing we can do is use a favorite quilting pattern and incorporate that into it. This is a 2-part class. It's going to be held in November, the 6th and the 20th, and then November 1st and November 15th.
All right,
So
perfect,
I hope
thank
to see
you.
you then.
Thank you, Terry. And Lori.
Hi, I'm Lori Newman from Menagerie by Lori. I'm a local artist, and I have a farm in Salem, Connecticut. I did a needle felting class last fall, and I'm going to be doing another one in this October. We're going to be doing needle felt pumpkins, And we're gonna be offering, we have one guy down here, we have to catch him.
Okay, there we
These
go.
guys like to run away. We have 3 different colors that you can pick from, depending on if you want to go traditional, or you want to go, with one of these more decorative things that match your decor. But you're gonna be able to design the elements that you have on the. Once we make the pumpkin, then you can add different things. For example, we can add the leaf, and we can use hand-dyed sheep blocks to add the little soft tendrils, and then we use wire to make these wire tendrils. So you can kind of design these any way that you like. They're a lot of fun. It's easy. It's a beginner level needle felting class, but everybody loves making them. They're really simple. Needle felting is just taking a special needle that has barbs on the end, and you poke the wool together, and it meshes it together and makes it like a fabric or a solid piece. So anyone can really do this. It's not hard. And so the class for the pumpkins is going to be October 9th, which is a weekend day. And then in December, early December, we're going to move on to a 2-dimensional needle felted painting. And this piece, we start this out flat on a foam surface, and we add all the elements, and you build the painting just like you would in an oil painting from the background forward. We're going to establish our horizon line. We're going to put in our background trees, and then we'll build in our owl and the moon and all our foreground texture. The texture, again, are all hand-dyed local locks. Some of these locks are from my own girls and my boys, actually, my rotten egg Angora goats at home. And then I give you the pattern for the owl, so you don't have to have drawing skills, so don't get scared about that. And then if you like to embroider, I did a sample here. You can add some hand embroidery, or if you enjoy beading, you can add beads. You can do both of these things with pure wool without sewing. But if you like to embroider, it's wide open for you to add all kinds of cool little stitches, and I'll be showing some of these basic stitches. And then I'll also be showing you how to finish the piece and get it so that it's ready to hang it right on your wall. So this will be a complete project. And that's also on a Saturday, and it is December 11th. So that's what's coming up in needle felting this fall. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thanks, Lori. And before we introduce our last but not least educator, for those of you that have held out this long with us, I really appreciate you listening and dealing with our little bit of technical issues. And what I promised you early in the video was there was a special for you. You can order online between today and November 4th at 11:59 p.m. July, sorry. I got everybody talking behind. No, July, sorry. July 4th. If you use the discount code FLIPFLOPS, all together, one word, you'll get 20% off your entire purchase. It does not include battings, rulers, or sale items. And you can save shipping by doing pickup here if you want. If you want to come into the store and shop, you need to let the staff know that you watched the video. They're going to give you a piece of paper, and you're going to write down the discount code that I just mentioned to you, and they will give that deal to you for all of your regular priced items in the store. So if you're looking for batting rulers and those types of things in the store, you're welcome to use it. We just struggle shipping, and we don't want to have to charge you excessive shipping charges. Now, the last person that we have, and I just love saying her name, it's Marcy Kaplan. She also is known by her business name, the Serial Quiller. And here's Marcy.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Marcy Kaplan, like Cheryl said, and I'm the Serial Quiller Creations. We'll throw creations on the end just so I don't sound too crazy. I am really happy to be here today, really excited about my classes that I have coming up. I'm located in New London, Connecticut, but do classes here in Colchester. So the first thing I wanted to show you is what we have coming up for class in July. This is our Oceanscape. So paper quilling, if you're not familiar with it, is the art. It's a very old ancient art. It goes back hundreds of years, back to the Renaissance time when nuns would actually use lots of different colored papers to quill and shape it, and they would add it to Bibles or other types of stationery, etc. And we use a quilling pen to make these. And it's a super interesting and not very hard art. It looks a little more complicated than it actually is. All of the art that's done in here actually starts with a circle. So I'll be teaching you how to quill with the paper, turn it into circles, and then press and shape them into different shapes. So this is what we have going on next month. This is the Oceanscape. We have a class on July 22nd and July 24th. There's openings still in both classes, and I'd really love to see you there. This is a great, great picture to do in the middle of the summer, because who doesn't love the ocean? So that's what we have coming up immediately. But going forward, we have some other classes coming up in October. This will be our first one that we'll be doing. This is the sunflower. So I don't have the actual sunflower with me today, but I have a really good picture of it. And this is a great class. These are all beginner classes. Anybody can do it. I think what I really like about coming here to the shop is that if you're a quilter, you can also be a quiller. There's a lot of things that are in common with the crafts. There's a lot of color theory, also patterns and shapes and placing of patterns. So it really is, they are two arts that are actually kind of dovetailed together and go hand in hand. So this will be held on October 14th. It's a Friday, and that's 10:30 to 1. So if you want to come out and make a nice sunflower design for your fall decor, this is a great picture for that. What we have after that is we're going to be doing a mandala next. And this mandala here is from a class that I did just recently. And it's a great pattern. Again, a beginner can absolutely do this pattern. I'm a really hands-on instructor, and I have no problem kind of digging in, getting right in there with you and teaching you how to make the shapes that you need to create your picture. One of my goals when I hold class is that everybody finishes with a finished product. In class, you receive a shadow box frame, a 5x7, that will go along at the end just to complete your art and be able to take it home and give it as a gift or keep it for yourself. So this class will be coming up Sunday, October 16th. This is 10:30 to 1. So a nice Sunday class for people who work during the week and are looking to do something on the weekends. Okay, when we start thinking about holidays, the holidays are coming up. Let me turn this around. This is one of my ornament designs. We're going to actually do 2 holiday ornament class days, in both one in November and one in December. And it's a really, really fun class. It doesn't have to be, no matter what holiday you observe, no matter what holiday your family observes, you can come out and just make a holiday ornament in any color that you like and any shape that you like, and you'll be able to take it home and use it or give it as a gift. A lot of people last year when I did this used their picture to decorate around their home at the holiday time. So this class will be on Sunday, November 13th, 10:30 to 1. Again, a nice weekend class for those of you that work during the week. And then one last picture to show you. This is another ornament, holiday ornament that we'll be doing. Let me hold that straight here for our amazing cameraman that we have working here for us. Thank you. This one is going to be on Sunday, December 4th from 10:30 to 1. Again, another nice weekend day and in the morning, and then you can go about, work on your Christmas or holiday shopping after that. So you'll be able to get in and out. So if you can quilt, you can certainly quill. You don't have to be a quilter though to do quilling. So it's a great way to come out and bring your girlfriends, bring your besties, bring your mom, bring your kid, your daughters, and enjoy a afternoon out learning a new art form. So I'm actually going to turn it over back to Cheryl now. Thank you so much for your time that you spent watching me as the last person to present. So I really appreciate you sticking around, and I look forward to seeing you in class. I'm really excited. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Marcy. And thank you for sticking around for our hour-long Facebook Live talking with all of our educators in the classes that are going forward. I also want to give a big shout out to each and every one of my educators. This was an awful lot of work to get it organized and to get classes on the schedule from now all the way through December. So thank you very much for getting this all taken care of. This is amazing. If you have any questions, leave comments on the Facebook Live. You can email us at cheryl@colmillfabrics.com or info@colmillfabrics.com. And we really hope to see you. Don't forget that discount code that I gave you a little while ago, and we hope you have a great rest of the evening. Thank you.